Hey parents, so let's talk for a few minutes about why homeschooling can provide a better academic experience for your children than traditional schools. You say, what? I know, some people have this stereotype that homeschooling is going to provide an inferior experience academically, when actually the opposite is likely to be true, especially if there's a parent who cares about academics. Here are three reasons why. First, pace. Your child learning at your child's pace. This is huge. If your child is very gifted academically, guess what? They don't need to be stuck in a classroom waiting for the teacher to explain and re-explain concepts that they got the first time. But that's what happens when you have a classroom of 20 or 30 kids, sometimes even 15 kids. You have to wait. Everything has to move to an extent at the pace of the child who needs the most help. Not trying to dig at anybody, it's just the way it is. But the flip side of pace is sometimes it's going to be your kid that needs extra help to really get a concept. And I'm convinced that some children are academically frustrated because nobody's been able to take the time to explain things further. You know how it is. Again, going back to that classroom setting. Sure, there's 15, 20 kids there and the teacher's trying to explain and re-explain, but what if it's just not clicking? Chances are they're not going to stop the entire class for 30 minutes to explain it to your kid. But if you can do that, or if you have a support in place that can do that and your kid gets it, I'm telling you, that's a game changer. I have a child who really does well at school when he applies himself, but he sometimes has a hard time being motivated enough to apply himself. For the longest time, he thought that he hated long division. He's 10 years old, okay? He's allowed to hate long division, I guess. But he just thought division's so hard, and he kept saying it. And I always tell the kids, be positive. Don't say math is hard. Don't say you hate school, even if it feels that way. Just be positive, Whatever, I couldn't seem to get him out of that. But then one day I sat down with him and worked it step by step. It clicks. Now, long division's a piece of cake. He knows exactly what he's doing. It's great. Well, you know what? That is academic excellence. That's being able to get a concept and really nail it before just shoving him through to the next thing. And that sets him up now to succeed in other more complicated concepts. So we push the envelope in our homeschool. And here's the second reason why homeschool can provide a more challenging or more academically superior experience. We skip grade levels. Now, we don't do it frequently. So far, I've only done one skip with each child. I started them early, first of all. I started our daughter when she was 4. We started her in K5 material, so she was a year ahead. I started each of our boys when they were 3 in K4 material. I'm not one of those parents that's going to push and like, you've got to excel and you've got to do. No, it's not like that. I just wanted to give them the opportunity and see if they could. Turns out they could. So we already started material ahead of the game. But then I look there in that first few years, after about second grade, I start looking for an opportunity to skip a grade level if they're doing well and they're handling the material well. And so far, I've got 3 out of 4 that have skipped a grade level and are doing well so far. Right now, I'm working with one that we just skipped a grade level and we're having to put a little bit of extra effort into it. That's normal. But we decided with our first child, my husband and I decided that if we had to skip a grade level to get her challenged, where she actually had to stop and think about things, then it was worth it. Guess what? They wouldn't have done that, most likely, in public school. Public school very much likes to keep people on age level in the grade level that they've assigned them to. And while there may be some exceptions where they'll hold somebody back or they'll push them ahead, it's not very common. In homeschool, you're the principal, the teacher, the guidance counselor. You, the parent, get to decide if this is what's best for your kid. Do it. We were at the point we're ready to take the risk. Let's just try it and see. What's the worst case? We wasted some money on curriculum and we backtrack and go through the previous grade level, right? That was a risk we were willing to take. So far, it's paying off. Our kids are testing well. We still do a national test once a year and they're doing well. So I don't have any reason to change that approach at the moment. And then dovetailing with that, the third reason that homeschooling can provide superior academic excellence is that, again, you are overseeing the content. All of the content can be customized and tailor-made for your child. If your child has an extreme aptitude towards art and not so much towards sports, well, guess what? You may not put as much of an emphasis on sports as the public school might do, and you might put more of an emphasis on art. Think of it kind of as if you've ever tried to make a photo book online, and I don't know if everybody can relate to this or not, but there are some platforms that you go on and they present you options with templates, and these are your options, and you have to work within those templates, and there are only so many options. Now it could be great for some people. Some people, they have no idea how to make a photo book. That's awesome. It's better than nothing. They plug their photos into the templates and they're happy. I don't know about you. I'm not some people. I like to be able to resize and rotate and crop and move things around and change the backgrounds. So I will gravitate towards the platforms that let me do that, that let me customize it to what I like and to what I need. Homeschool is that it's not just a blank canvas, because a blank canvas can be daunting and can be kind of scary. Homeschool can be that template that is entirely customizable. You can do whatever you want to do with it. You don't have to stay in the parameters like the public school might be of X amount of electives and this amount of core and this amount of this. Now I know you have state requirements you have to pay attention to and things like that, but all in all, you get to decide. If your kid needs a harder math course, you get them a harder math course, but you don't necessarily push them ahead in reading or in English. You know, if your kid is doing really well with science, go ahead and advance them in science, or maybe do double speed and do 2 levels of science in 1 year while still maintaining the normal grade level for the other subjects. This is how homeschool opens up a world of academic possibilities for your children. It does not have to be a second or third rate education. It is really all what you make it, and it is very possible and very easy in today's day and age with all the resources we have available to us to make homeschool a superior academic product for your child. I'm working on some more resources to help equip parents with their homeschool journey, but in the meantime, follow me at Amy Harrell Smith on social and subscribe on YouTube. And also stop by wiserhomeschool.com and pick up my free ebook, 5 Keys to Unshakable Confidence as you start your homeschool. It's good for those of you who are already into homeschool as well. I think you'll get a lot of value out of it. Thanks for watching this video. I can't wait to provide more value to you in the coming weeks. I will see you soon.